Okay.
Sardis is one of the planets, you know.
You said they're named after dragons.
Yes. Planet from the sun. Sardis the clouded. he like, I know things. The behavior you're like,
Nope.
very much like talking to Barnabas.
And Volcanica is the world of...
Volcanica is the world that you are on. The world that this pocket dimension is tied to.
Yes.
It is a world of conflict.
Which dragons are associated with this world?
After the destruction of Zymor into Zymor's belt, both Bahamut and Tiamat lay claim to Volcanica.
Brenos grabs Agony by the shoulder and gives him kind of this shake of like, yeah!
Stop touching me.
Yeah, boy!
What are the other names of the planets? And he rhymes them off.
Fuck's the Zymor. Where's he got a belt?
Brenos can make a knowledge religion.
Alright. Brenos is intelligent when it comes to religious things. Alright. We're not identifying a creature. So, or are we identifying a creature?
Yes.
Okay. That's +4, so 31.
Zymor is an alias of Bahamut.
Oh. Oh. That's one of the names of Bahamut.
We have Rixus the Molten, Sardis the Clouded, Volcanica, Astil the Red, Lenar the Grey, Zymor's Belt, which many scholars believe used to be a terrestrial world. Io, a great protector, followed by Asgore. Tamaras, Keres, Task are the other small planets beyond the two greats, and Nolazur, a tiny little speck of death. Some scholars debate on whether or not it is even large enough to be a true planet. We dragons agree it is in honor of Null Chronepsis Falazur.
That's the time one, right?
And death. Did you know that dragons on this world used to know a way of invoking planetary names to enhance their magic?
I don't know a lot of things, but I like learning. I also like looking through the Banshees of Rhest.
Yes, we will get to that.
This must be what it's like to have a talkative drug dealer who just wants to chat at the forest. Dude, I just want my weed so I can go.
I can play some PlayStation, man.
Sonny.
You're gonna be a jam, too.
Do you like NHL? 2000?
Let's go play some chill. You may leave your underlings here while we go and assemble the Farseer into the Observer of Rest. All those that wish to continue the lesson may follow.
Brenos wants to hear about the dragon stuff. He doesn't understand the big words, but he wants to hear about the dragon stuff.
Okay.
There's a bunch of dragons in the sky. The dwarfs are on the land, and the dragons are in the sky. It's how it works.
Cog's interested in knowing about the other planet names because he wants to compare the planet names with the sky map that he knows from the what's it called?
The same.
Yep.
See if
Yeah,
they
like
do it the same way. No?
yeah, he wants to take a look and see if he can identify like the patterns. See which.
That's two ancient cultures that seem very concerned about the stars and the cosmos. Of course, the dragons are saying that these planets have power to them. The elves may only have been so concerned. I think everyone's interested. They're gonna follow.
I think so.
Agony does like look around the room. He's kind of checking out some of the things that are on the
The only
table.
thing that's coming with us right now are those goggles, because those goggles are awesome.
Yep.
It's like, I can't see through the clouds. Why aren't you using your horn, dragon?
I think we've already discussed the reason. Because they
He was-
go there at the end of the table. That's where they
He
belong.
was mad as a hatter.
All right, he lets you push the button to the second floor. No, he's gonna bring you all the way up to the third floor. Nah, he'll bring you on the grand tour.
The Grand Tour?
Yep.
Hey, so that hole when you don't put nothing, is that when you go to the bathroom?
There are chamber pots somewhere. You can also go outside.
Not that I need to go right now, just
All right,
eventually.
There's this awkward. You get
Better
back in the,
know
you
now
get back
than
in-
when you know it's important.
you get back in the lift. The lift's just waiting for you there. He lets Sunny push the buttons, and you push the button up to the second floor.
Like if you had some bad duck, you really need to know one of these sort of things.
I have not had duck in a long time. This is the viewing room. I have not been able to use this since the Farseer has been taken.
Does this feel like the right room?
No, it does for viewing, but you need to go complete the device.
Yeah, no. This isn't where the Defarcia gets assembled, I don't think.
No. I will show you outside. Okay, from the outside, you see a beautiful sky. It is obscured somewhat, but appears like somebody with magic has written across the sky the constellations of Volcanica. They're not actually those.
Okay, that's
they're
easy.
not actually those things, but if you can imagine, you can see a massive ocular device jutting from the dome of the building,
Oh, there it is.
and you know that that's the rest of it.
So he's drifting up slowly.
The elves thought fit to help teach those about the constellations.
Alright, Sonny, get back down here. We're gonna take the box thing with the buttons.
They also found it fit to see the stars throughout the day. The light of the sun would get in the way on Volcanica. Unfortunately, thousands and thousands of stars are blocked by the haze in the atmosphere.
What's that red one right there?
Okay, he
Rattles off some name.
yeah, he rattles off some name for the star. It's the something to do with Garrick's.
Destruction. Oh,
You just see like this red smudge at this point in time.
unending banding.
Yeah.
It's like everything's blue over there, and there's one red one that's like, hey.
There is much to learn from the stars, much to see out there. Actually, it's one of the planets. It
Would be like
still the red.
Still the red.
Yeah. That is still the red. It is a planet and not a star. Once you study, you will know the difference. This observatory, unfortunately, is only the northern hemisphere. There is not much landmass on Volcanica in the southern hemisphere. Sunny drifting away.
Get back down here.
It's kind of like peaceful. It's surrounded by some wooded area. The trees are not high enough to disturb the horizon, at least from where the Farseer is. You get the sense that the top of the building can move in different directions, and perhaps that's what all of that energy and technology, mechanical things are for.
Does this place have like an ecosystem?
It does. It has like you do see like little fruits and things on trees. You're pretty sure you just walk outside, grab some fruit off of a tree, and then you could hear like a bit of a babbling brook. It's peaceful. It's very sylvan.
Yeah, we gotta tell Thogrum that his blade's a piece of shite.
Couple of birds. They're like the little critters going to and fro. The crystal dragon just wanted to show you the outside, especially the magic that is actually outlining where constellations are.
It's very interesting. We should fix the Farseer.
This way.
This way?
You put the goggles on?
Yes.
Unfortunately, the atmosphere is too far away, and the goggles don't pierce through it.
What about when we finish the Farseer and we're seeing it from within 10 feet?
Okay, he lets Sunny push the buttons again, even though there are urges from others to push the buttons, and you end up on the 3rd floor, which you believe is the highest part of the floor.
It's
And
a satisfying click, kind of like a crossbow.
and you enter into this dome chamber that rotates, that has massive pieces of this huge, almost like a fractal of the Farseer of Rest, and you see clearly where the Farseer ends up kind of hooking into the bottom portion.
Now, this is a thing that we're gonna have to tell Thogrum about, because his bombard ain't shape. Look at that thing. Imagine the cannonball that comes out of the end of that.
No, it is large to capture the light from faraway places. We are close enough to Volcanica so that we may see the sky, but we have shielded out the sun so we may see what is hidden during the day as well as on the perfect night. Normally weather does not obscure. There is something about the mist. There is something about the Imulga Mons eruption that is blocking the sky.
Bits of a dead god might do that. Sunny starts pulling out the Farseer.
Yes, which means it is... If that is the case, it is not by accident.
There are no accidents. Except that one time, but we won't talk about that.
Okay, Sunny, you're like so close to not getting your Gias penalty. So close.
We're pulling out the
Farseer and all.
We're gonna
Okay, you
start-
got the Farseer. You're like, I think it goes like this, and you start hooking it back together. The crystal dragon is pointing out where to put it back.
Cog can help.
You have all the lenses.
Okay, Cog aids. Give me a will save.
Oh, hell. I've helped him before.
Yeah.
Don't roll a 1. When you roll a 1, bad things happen.
Well, let's just roll.
Mark's in the chat.
12, 30 something.
Okay. You end up touching the device. You're like, oh shit, yeah, artifact, and you felt like. You felt really happy about helping when you were holding onto this thing.
5.
Yep, you're fine. You there was no compulsion to like start using the artifact or whatever, and you did end up helping Sunny. Sunny and the dragon the dragon's helping by like just pointing.
He's not touching.
He's not touching, and then the Farseer does fit in, so that you could look through it directly.
The light also travels down to the viewing room, so those that are down there could have a comfortable seat while viewing the stars. The elves were very, very particular. They wanted They had a team of people, I imagine, observing night and day and night, decades, centuries, looking at patterns, looking at the skies, seeking, delving into the unknown and the unknowable.
Does it no longer require a scrying spell as a focus?
Oh, depends where you want to look. Those planets are places, you know. You could spy upon them from here.
That's pretty cool.
Not as many living things there, but there are some. I spent many a day and night spying upon other worlds, seeking for things in Zymor's belt, peering into the travelers in our sky, well beyond the great gas giants.
So which one is Tarak?
What do you mean?
Which one of the dots?
Tarak. Do you know what a planetary system is?
A bunch of planets working in unison.
Yes, very good.
He pats your head. He checks out his nails after he touches you. And
Ew, I got druid on me.
you're pretty sure when he turns away, he's wiping his claw.
Tarak is a different world around a different sun. Their sun is close. Not as bright as the brightest, but it is close by in the grand scheme of things. I can point it to you, or if the mist was not here.
Okay, we'll try to use the lenses to see through the mist, like using the thing.
Yeah, you think this is the right approach, but the goggles are not meant for viewing through the device, and it just ends up even a more blurry mess.
Are we able to build into the device the lenses of fog cutting?
Okay, Sunny, give me another will save. You could take a penalty of 2 for each use of the Banshees of Rhest.
Since when?
Do we have ticks beside your name or something like that,
We
or is it
stopped
just?
ticking it. We put this thing I've got. I had 5 uses, and then I had continual use from the 9th of autumn, 305 2, and then I have ...
So roll a 20.
And then I went through a withdrawal. So I don't know.
Okay, so
I went through a
you're
couple
currently
weeks
under
of bigger
Giaz,
bubbles.
and the Farseer is basically. Yes, you've completed the Farseer. That Giaz is gone. A new one is happening because you're touching the artifact and you're trying to make it work.
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Give me a will save at a -10.
All right. Okay, so I'll just quick little check here on a. All right. Okay, a will save at a -10. I still have a pretty good will save. Rolled a natural 1.
Okay. Sunny's new mission that he needs to do is he needs to craft a lens that will help him see through the mist, the fog. Alternatively, apparently this astronomer may have the technical skill to use the Farseer or get this thing running. Dragon doesn't seem to know how to create lenses. He doesn't. He's used them. You're not sure how to craft lenses. Do you even craft magic items that aren't your foci?
Sunny?
Yeah.
Sunny knows a guy. Widget crafts. Sonny doesn't. Sonny
Okay.
casts spells.
Yep. You now have a Gias. that is, you got to craft a thing, and if you're not crafting it yourself, then you need someone to make it work.
Thulgrim, when are you going to sleep? I have a request. I'd like to make while you're sleeping.
Look at the
I
dice,
like
just like, nope, you're not making the save for this one.
You want to make a lens?
I am very curious about this Imulga Mons. The atmosphere would only be blocked for a short period of time, even if it was a large volcanic eruption,
It's a very large volcanic eruption.
on a measure of only years, perhaps, before you could see the stars clearly again. Why such a precise, small time period? Why would that be important? Or is it just happenstance that the stars are blocked from viewing?
We've already been attacked from the stars once, I think. So we're going to be attacked again, probably.
Oh? How
Yeah,
so?
the Gith, whatever they are, came with their oogie doogies and their mind worms and their fucking doppelgangers. Fuck those things. You know, one day you're just a dwarf doing your thing, and then a leader is suddenly being taken over. You throw your hammer in his face, the blood doesn't change, and now you're some prick.
Sonny clearly will stay here. While my mind has not been clear for some time, I am assured that we can get much work in observing done now that the Farseer of Rest has reunited with the Observer of Rest.
Even when you're not Gias, it's like, this thing's still cool.
Thanks, so cool. Could you send Thogrim in? I have a request for him.
Do you have a key?
I have a key to leave, but not how to get back.
I only have one to get back and not to leave.
I've got one to leave, but not come back. Not without the Farseer, and the Farseer is now part of the Observer.
Then you and I will work together to comb the infinite of the multiverse. At least this perspective. The elves must have done this for some reason.
Yes. Yes, they must have.
All of this trouble. Perhaps only for knowledge. Perhaps other motives.
So bullshit, I rolled another one.
you know that you just need you need to give Barnabas like 10 minutes and he'll figure this whole place out, right? Oh, that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, but see, this keeps Sunny from talking.
All right, he lets you look through the farce. Like, he starts teaching you how to operate. This is probably like something that's beyond a few moments to operate this device.
Okay, Barnabas or Brennus would be like, so we probably should do a send in to the guys to let them know that we're, not dead.
All right, who's gonna do something? Cog has a
Are
sending.
we really not robbing this dragon? Says Agni.
Well, we could check to see if there's anything,
We're not robbing the dragon.
Fine.
Ask Thilgrim.
For the record, Mark wants to rob the dragon. It's just
Mark does. The player does.
the player does. It would be against my character's code of conduct to just rob a dragon. Mark is totally behind robbing the dragon.
Cargo Quintessa, could you let Thogrim know that he's needed in here, and that he should prepare his lens cutting tools? Priority task.
All right, Cog will send him a do sending. Thorgrim, everyone is all right.
You're sending it to Thorgrim directly? You're bypassing Barnabas? All right.
Oh yeah, Barnabas.
I-
Barnabas,
it's up to you who you send to.
let Thorgrim know he's required here for crafting the lens for the Farseer.
Okay, the response is, you want our crafter to craft a lens for the cursed artifact?
Cog's response is thinking, do not shoot the messenger.
The answer to that is yes. Why? Of course.
I'll let him know. Hey, Thorgrim.
Well, this is back at the ruins.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Yes.
So they've been in there for a while.
Yep.
Widget is where let's look for this lady's body.
Okay.
We want to find like any sort of phylactery or a source. Or
But all the lifting people went in there.
I can lift.
Oh, right. Oh, I still forgot you were there. You're not in the mind thing, so you
We
cease to exist to me.
we can
Yeah.
practice talking with.
Eamon's not around.
You could be the new Eamon. Of course, he does have a tendency of falling down.
You've been pretty rough on him lately.
It's been a bad week. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, see, this old elven crybaby is here somewhere.
It's like starts just throwing rocks, looking at it.
Yeah, the crybaby, yeah, should be here soon. Anything in the legend that might suggest where the body's buried, or?
Well, we might be able to like legend lore where they came out of the rock, or legend lore her gear as a focus to see if we can figure out how to keep her from coming back and trying to blast this one. I mean, you know, you can bard. Hey, bard, do the bard thing.
I don't have any 6th level spells left.
Well, hold on. I've got an idea.
Oh, I guess good mythic, yeah. What's that?
I've got an idea.
What?
Well,
Does it involve a cannon?
no. Discern location.
Papa, please make your next plan involve the cannon.
You realize
Yes, my child.
a Bob in the future is going to take that all sorts of sideways, and 100 years from now, they're going to say that your son got turned into a cannon.
Yes, I will.
But I am a cannon, Papa.
Of course you are. Of course.
I'm
you
a real cannon.
I'm a real cannon. Can we use discern location to identify
I have to look
her
at the
physical
spell.
form? Her physical form. Do we know her actual name? Her real name?
Certain location. One creature or object. So the object would be the body.
Yeah.
That might work. Although it's going to tell us business name, building name.
Yeah, we're already kind of.
Well, we don't know if it's here. It might be somewhere in like the drowning region, right?
Yeah, I guess it would at least tell us if we're at the right spot.
But what is the exact name I'm looking for?
Well, that should be something that Barnabas should be.
Barnabas should know her real name.
Who was she? What was her purpose?
Are you looking that up?
Yeah, I'm looking up stuff.
All of the words I would use to describe her were words that my mother told me not to use in public. So I won't. I'll just think them real loud.
Okay, I need the Red Hand of Doom, which is where this was detailed. Searching. There it is. And of course, this is not a proper PDF. It's just images. Fuck.
Pictures of the words.
Pictures of the
Read
words.
the page now, asshole.
No, you're not gonna be able to search the document.
Someone needs to buy Adobe Pro.
Okay. That told me nothing.
Oh.
Okay, so what are you asking? Just get myself
Oh,
right.
what's the name of the woman we're looking? Because we need her corpse. Do I know the name of her?
Her
name.
The name of the ancient woman that eventually became the Banshee
Of Rhest.
Rhest. Yep. Knowledge history. Knowledge
Okay, I'll take-
local Elser Vale.
I'll take history. Either or, it's the same. So, 65. If I take 10.
Forgive me if I've already said her name in another stream, because I know we made reference to her when you guys initially found the Farseer. I don't remember those notes. I'm going to take one look through the book here. Northern Expedition. The Red Hand of Doom was 100 years ago. Okay, we're in the right area.
Want to just hand wave? We know the name.
No, that's fine. Dayfurl. Stew and Stew. Ghost Lord.
Still got to pick up his shit.
Ah, okay, so I've got a note here saying Downtime Sunny, learning about the Lady of the Swamp.
Yes.
Who is the Lady of the Swamp?
That's
the Lady of the Swamp. I'm pretty certain we found a body, and the body was in this region of with a bunch of gear.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Am I confusing when I was DMing for the Fae? No, I'm confusing that with I'm describing the Fae that was found in the swamp at the other location. The Lady of the Swamp. Lady of the Swamp. Let me do a quick search for swamp on my character sheet. I'm having a what happened 2 years ago kind of thing.
Yep. Okay, that's all future stuff. All right, so that's the only note that I have that could be this, but I don't think it is.
Lady in the swamp. Give me 1 second. I keep notes like a madman.
All right, her name was, and 65, her name was Silvara Deshi. She was part of the ruling class of Rest during the time when it was overcome by hordes of evil humanoids. The city, had suffered from maybe hubris, corruption, some infighting that allowed it to be like weakened over a long period of time. That eventually, when the city fell, she fell with it. Out of a great sense of sorrow of loss. She is tied to this observatory for some reason. This is the second time that banshees have come up around this artifact.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
Why banshees so? Is it just because elves?
Well, banshees, elven women. So, yeah, because of elves.
Got it. Don't date an elf.
Yeah, not the best record so far, right?
Are there any other questions?
Well, if we have her full name,
We can look for her corpse.
we can look for her corpse, and then, like, do we know what her cause of death was?
Specifically, no. She fell during the time of when the city was overrun and sacked, like the final death knell of Rest.
If she was nobility, suicide is a good chance. There's a good chance she poisoned herself before being taken.
You know that there was some great sense of purpose that her people were robbed of? Like, from her perspective? She not only mourned the loss of her people, but the loss of something greater.
Okay. Well, maybe once we have her corpse, we can legend lore her.
Okay, so you're asking, how are you trying to find her corpse?
Discern location.
The certain location of the object being the body of this lady.
Okay.
I think Thulgrim's doing that one.
Bring it on. Okay. We casted a spell.
Reveals the name of the creature's object location. All right, plane of existence. The Observatory of Rest. It doesn't give a continent, it doesn't give a country, it doesn't give a county, it doesn't give a community. It says basement level prismal cavern. And then it actually says crystal vial.
She's a fucking spell component.
If her body doesn't, like, maybe it's just a bit of her.
Part of like a life potion or whatever. Like a longevity potion.
Oh, fuck.
Elves.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It was a long time ago. Like, this is over 1,000 years ago. Pre-cog, like Matthias running around. Like, this place is still a ruin then.
So, where do we land?
It's on the basement level. I believe we have a plane they're in.
Basement here?
Contact.
I'll start digging.
Is this lake?
No, not here. Not in Volcanica. I believe it's where they are. It has to be some kind of basement level, is what it says. It's some kind of vial. I'll have to look for it. Best that we get there, then. I'm gonna have to cast ascending. Thorgrim will do ascending. Take him 10 minutes.
Okay. You send ascending to whom?
Who on there on the other side is respectable?
From Thogrin's perspective, I don't know.
Depends what kind of respect you look at. I would hope Brenos would be considered respectable from Thogrim's point of view.
Useful.
Wow! Oh, I have to reassess my priority for whose ass I save first when the push comes to shove.
That's funny.
Let's see. Yeah.
Who just jumped into fucking...
Okay, so what is the exact location of the vial? Of the
It was the prismatic cavern
The
or something like that in the basement.
The Prismal Grotto, basement of the Pocket Dimension Observatory of Rest.
Brannish. The phylactery of the Banshee is in Prismal Grotto, in the basement of the Observatory of Rest. Can you locate it? Destroy it.
Did you just say what I think you said in that spell? There's a bunch of leaps there. See, you got a couple words left. Tell him to bring it back.
Oh, bring it back. Bring it back. Fine.
It's just... Maybe you tell him it's a vial.
Didn't I?
No.
It's the phylactery.
You called it a phylactery.
All right, Brennis. Damn it, he's dumb.
What does Breno say back to this?
Don't worry.
Right now, the dragon and Sunny are...
destroyed and brought back.
I'll throw a mythic point. Correction. Try to bring it back. We'll deal with it here. Also, it's some kind of vial. Do not destroy it.
The dragon's looking at Brenos.
For the second one, Sunny seems to be pretty obsessed with this thing, but there's some sort of sky magic. And apparently there's only one key to get back, so the dragon and Sunny need to be friendly. Will be like that message.
Need to be. We are friendly.
You mind if we check your basement? There's
The basement is off limits.
The basement's on limits. You know, there's the whatchamacallit, something tied to the Banshee lady in there. That's a vial that might be something that we could keep her from, coming back and wailing everybody to death.
She comes here from time to time.
Hey, well, we wouldn't want her sneaking up and deadening our observer, would we?
I am immune to her wails.
Well, the old man obviously isn't immune to shite at all. Look at him polishing the giant thingy already.
Is that true?
I'm not immune to banshees, no.
What are you looking for? I will go down there. There is no need for us to go down there.
He seems protective of the basement.
Ooh.
There's some sort of prismal cavern thing, and in there's a
How do you
vial.
know about that?
Dwarf told me.
Prisma is what powers this place. It must be gathered carefully.
Well, there's a vial in there that's got a bit of the the Banshee lady when she had a body. And we think that's what's tying her to keep coming back. They're calling it a phylactery or something.
The Banshee, her people, she is of the same line of people who built and used this place. She, whenever I could get a little bit out of her about this, she saw something in the Farseer that took her elven spirit from her. She mourns not only for this world, but for all worlds.
Oh, she probably... It's time for her to rest, methinks.
Is that a pun?
Sure. I made a punny.
A bit grim, don't you think? She might still have things to teach us.
Right, but if your way out dies, then you're trapped in here again. And there's nobody out there with a key to even come back and get you. Because the Farseer will be in here already. So, you know, you gotta protect it. In fact, right now, your protecting of Sonny is, like, critical. Because he's the only one who's getting you out of here.
He's the only one getting you out of here.
No, I've got, like, a Quintessa.
So you have a redundancy.
You're a redundancy.
No. The Banshee of Rhest does not harm us.
On the contrary, it was very harmful to us.
She does not wail here, but merely sobs. She is much more physical here. I have only tried several times to convince her to look through the Farseer again. She does not wish to share her secrets yet. To destroy her would be to destroy knowledge.
Does she not wail while she's here, or is she unable to wail while she's here?
She is more physical here than ghost.
Can she be compulsed by spell?
Perhaps.
I don't know that we actually have to go to the ruins of where the Farseer was, because we plane shift in. We can do that from anywhere on the material.
Yes. The Banshees keep ne'er-do-wells away.
And I suppose if someone were to, heaven forbid, you know, the D word on where the Farseer was before, then all of these wonderful splendors would be sundered at some level. We don't speak of the D word.
What is the D word?
Disjunction.
No, do not cast that here.
Or what if they cast it in the material on the spot where here is?
She will not return for many days if you destroyed her. She is very much like a ghost, a spirit. Her task is yet undone, but she mourns for things that will not come to pass.
Right, so what is her task?
I do not know.
Endless torment. So what's in the basement anyway?
The Prisma Grotto.
Is that something that's dangerous to Sonny?
It could be. Prisma is crystal with energy inside of it. It is used to fuel this place. Think of it as like a magical log for a fire.
What happens when it burns down? How do you recharge it?
The
How do you get a new one?
crystals, for those who are patient, grow over time.
Like a purple one in Fancy Pants forehead?
No. That is not something that will grow. That is something that will fester. Your friend is in the clutches of greed.
Clutches, right?
I have no idea what I'm in the clutches of.
So I got a question.
The glimmer of geode is... He is not of this place.
What all can you find through the Farseer?
The cosmos, from the perspective of Volcanica.
Does that include where Tyr is?
Hmm?
Well, Tyr got lost.
Okay, he doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
I'm asking if you can help me find Tyr. You know, God, one hand. Think he's
Tyr.
missing an eye, and I do not know for sure. You know, had a rough time, that God.
I may have heard of him. Where did he get lost to? Maybe he is out there, in the stars, in the deep of the cosmos.
You went into the abyss to go fight a frog.
Oh no, we do not look at the planes here, we look at the prime. Although the planes do influence the prime, and the prime is most important to the functioning of the multiverse.
So I'll take that as a maybe. I've got a rank in knowledge planes. And it bonus
I got
Kira.
this.
The elves are creatures of the prime worlds. They were most concerned about its health, about what is out there, what is waiting in the darkness.
So you can see materials.
Yes,
So you can see Dirac.
which one is that?
Dwarf world, overrun by Orc.
Rurak Durak. I know which star it is. It is a binary system.
Just something for me to remember and forget.
I
Somebody write it down so it's in the OneNote.
will put that note down that Ruak Durak is a binary system.
Two stars that dance together, planets around it. One of the lights holy to the dwarves, the other to the orcs.
So what's binarying it together?
Don't know. Creation, magic, fire.
Right, so if Thulgrim makes the lensy thing that Sonia wants, then we can look at Rurak Durak through the thingy.
Very far away, but we can look at their planets, yes. Maybe even get one into focus. And once it's in focus, who knows what can be done? Maybe you could go there.
Oh, we can go there, all right.
Why are you interested in Dwarf World? Well, Agony then. Never mind. Because you're a fucking dwarf. The dwarves here.
Hey?
You thinking of going back?
Once we've slayed the gods that are causing problems,
Yeah.
if we've got the power to wipe the orcs from the face of the world,
There's a sneer from Eamon, like killing gods. Like, he didn't think that that's what Brenos wanted to do.
some of them are getting uppity.
And who are you to decide what the gods should do?
The gods told me which ones. They're gonna point me in the way. They're giving me the tools and setting me on the path. And he's waving around the tools. It's like the whole these are tools, that's the path.
No killing of the Banshee. She stays. We deal with her if she gets angry at your presence.
This strikes me as a Sunny problem. So
I trust the dragon. Just in case this goes sideways, do you have a favorite animal? Forgot to ask.
A favorite animal? Let me think. It would be something
shiny.
pretty. I like how dragonflies fly. They're very iridescent.
Dragonfly.
Now that is punny.
What's the pun?
just shake it.
Okay, I think we received instructions, and I think we're just not following them.
Okay,
Sounds-
like a half hour goes by. Combat spells of like all the minute per levels have gone down. Outside, I don't know if there's any more like instructions.
Well,
Slake is digging around in the rubble trying to
Yeah,
find anything
it's
valuable.
keeping him busy and keeping him from
Yep.
getting cranky. So let him dig away.
Maybe we'll find her. We'll find her bones this way.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
in the ruins here, I don't know if we want to ship this to Barnabas, but there ain't no elves around. If there's anything we want to, search for in here.
We could have a look see, but I feel it's probably been pretty picked clean by now. I would hope.
Okay,
Venture with the soul,
so
but yeah, we may as well have a look. See.
we're just gonna cast a locate object.
Okay.
He's looking for elvish soul gems. And we're just gonna have a fly around this place to see if
Smart.
there's any, elvish souls that are just in these convenient little packages just hanging out.
So there was a community in Elsear Vale that used Elvish Soul Gems,
There's a separate community from this that was using those.
and that community is younger than this place that's a
community.
ruin. So there's a chance that somebody with a soul gem came here, died to banshees,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Very dangerous banshees.
very dangerous place. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Elven Ruin. Don't go there. I'm gonna go to the Elven Ruin.
I'm an elf. I'm going to the Elven Ruin.
Give me a D6. We'll say 1 in 6 chance. If you roll a 6, there's something that hits.
Okay.
All right. So you start flying around the area. Slake is digging. Let's see. Slake's perception is 32. And Barnabas, what are you doing?
He'll just look around.
You're
Just
just
see what he can
looking with
see.
your bare eyes, or are you using any?
No, detect magic.
Okay, you're sweeping the area with detect magic. Okay, and then Thogrim.
Just waiting for a sending to come back to him.
You can help us look while you wait. You don't have to concentrate on the reply.
How we help them dig.
Howie has no hands.
Papa, I can fire at the ground and turn
No, no. I will disintegrate it.
That's funny. All right. I could make a simulacra that will dig for me.
I refuse to do physical labor. I will create a simulacra to do the physical labor for me. Using a mythic point to move me.
That would work.
I don't feel like wiping my own butt.
Could I have used that sea servant to do this? Yes, I could have. Because I know you know 25 pounds of force.
I'm
in my
going to
hand.
degrade a clone of me, a slavish clone of me, because I secretly hate myself? I don't know. Well, you are a reincarnated being, right? You're not in your original body, so you may have feels about that. Okay, so you're just waiting? Thogrim's just just waiting. Okay. Slake ends up finding a
You're supposed to come from a hardworking people. What is this? Just constant barrage of how disappointed I am in you.
Slake ends up finding an ornamental like oil can. It's like a brass oil can with bits of jade on it that might have been used to oil the machinery in like the actual physical observatory that was here.
Okay.
Oh, look, it's an oil can.
The Slake's putting that directly on his character sheet.
I can use that. That's pretty neat.
And then he stops looking because he ends up like cleaning the oil can.
But he's got the shovel and strength.
Right.
And he doesn't have a con score.
He doesn't get much treasure. Like the magical treasure, he just gets a share at the end, and he's still the richest person on your team.
He's basically a king.
All right, so this is a ornamental brass oil dispenser with jade inlay worth a whopping 300 gold pieces.
I remember hearing this story when I was a kid about the girl with pigtails and some ruby slippers.
All right, Barnabas, your perception was 43.
Okay.
You start rooting around. You do find some remains. It does look like this may be the remains of some wizard. Like somebody didn't fare well in these ruins. You're not a doctor or anything, so you don't know how old the bones are. But you do see that the tattered robes of the elven wizard that is like almost there's like tiny bits of flesh still on him. He's clutching still onto a rod with an amber end.
Okay. Well, we'll try and identify it.
What is a creature that is known for being quick that's tiny?
That's like in game terms, it's tiny.
Yeah, like really small.
Like
A hummingbird. A hummingbird.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You find something called the Rod of the Hummingbird. There's a hummingbird that is encased in amber at the end of the rod.
Okay. And that.
Unfortunately, the rod was not good enough to help this man escape the death. Elements have taken everything out, like as all this stuff is rotten away and rusted and got ruined, but this magic item has seemed to survive.
Okay. No books or anything though, or
Oh, this place is completely open to the elements.
yeah, right.
And in and
Part of
around
this
swampy
kind of-
water.
pulls pulls the rod away and just tosses the skull over his shoulder. Just disrespectful to the dead. I got something. What does it do?
Oh yeah, let's define the rod. Okay. So, the CR22 Banshee and her two CR14 Banshee minions.
Yeah, I guess when you're CR22, CR14 is your minion.
Yeah, the rod is actually something that's going to be in your party for some time. Let us build a rod. Northern Treasure and Gear. I'm going to put it up at the not yet identified. No, you identified this. To sort. Rod of the Amber Hummingbird. Give me a D3. Higher is better.
Okay. 2.
Okay, it is a Rod of Quicken spell.
No way.
Just the standard one, so up to 6th level.
Yeah.
As a secondary power, give me a D3.
Go ahead, Ahmed or Adam.
All right, Ahmed, you got this. Leave.
Two per day.
2.
It casts the haste spell as a command.
Cool.
Caster level 10. Give me another D3, Adam.
All right. Hey, 1.
All right, it is a +1. Otherwise, it is a +1 speed light mace. And we're going to say it's a light mithril mace.
Don't fall.
All right, there's your speed item.
And we take its runes.
Well, you can steal the speed rune, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Although, yeah, it makes haste, and then the weapon acts as hasted all the time. So it's
Yep.
like, I'm hasted, now everybody's hasted.
Yeah.
Command, which means that you don't have to be a caster. Like, it's like, I let's everyone fight. Go hummingbirds. Barnabas with his knowledge local, you're pretty sure there was an adventuring party that rallied around this item.
Yeah.
And this item won the day a bunch of times, and
a 3rd level adventuring party would punch so above their weight class with that item.
Yep.
Like, so above your weight class. You'd ride that thing to 7th.
Yeah.
You know, I think I know a group of young adventurers who could use something like this.
Oh, yeah, Mark. I don't know if you did it on stream or not, but Mark,
We haven't done it. We haven't had time.
go ahead. What is Barnabas's goal?
One of Barnabas's downtime plans is to sponsor, like, lower level adventurers to do the shit we don't want to do. That we're way outclass that problem by far. It's like, no, we're not cleaning up the sewers. I know some people will send them down.
I know a guy.
They'll do it for like $5,000 and whatever they find. It'll be fine.
Mark wants me to create a system of adventuring with parties without actually going through the adventure.
So consulting, adventure consulting.
Yeah, he wants to be the Lord Deverak to your 5th level group, or 9th or whatever you were when you left. I think you guys were around 8th or 9th when you left.
Yeah, we're 8th. Yeah, we're 8th when we left.
Foundry.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you find, and then Slake found a nice little oil pan, and Widget had a hunch about elven stones, but maybe this wasn't the right place to.
Oh, he also might not be imagining, like, he's thinking about the one that Cog has. They're not all probably like that.
Yep. There's a massive lake where there was a metropolis. Like, you might have not just wandered far enough to go looking for them.
My 400-foot or my 800-foot circle isn't the biggest thing. All right, well.
Okay, so what is the goal? Like, the party's talking back and forth using mythic points. What are you guys doing? Are you dragging Sonny away from this place, kicking and screaming? Are you leaving him here?
Well, his new quest can't be completed here. He needs to go to get Thogrim he needs to convince Thogrim, by any means necessary, to craft the lens of fog cutting for the Farseer.
All right, let's go back to this group. It appears the decisions need to be made in here. So after setting up
Why
the
is there this
Farseer,
little bat in your room when you're sleeping? You don't know, but you really want to make a lens.
I mean, I'm not putting it past him, but I've never seen him have to lens before. Does he know how?
He can craft. Thogrim can craft.
I'm sure he can craft a scope.
Can craft anything.
He can make a scope.
He has a
for her
mythic
rifle.
feat to basically craft anything.
That's true. If you
So
can look at
I
scope.
think we're going to leave this place.
Okay.
You're leaving so soon?
We need to obviously we need a lens so that we can use the Farseer correctly.
What about this astronomer?
Well,
I must admit, I do not fully understand this place.
He says quieter to just Sunny.
Perhaps this astronomer can help us with some of the calculations required to gain.
we should go to Tarak.
Thumbs.
You know,
Then I will wait here. You will leave the Farseer here, yes?
the Farseer will stay here, but I need the key. Otherwise, how do I return? We come to an impasse.
I will fetch the key. You will not leave me here, will you?
Of course.
Although, now that the Farseer is here, I will at least have something to do, even though this mist will take several years to subside.
Yeah. You know, when I quit smoking, I said to myself, never again, but every now and then, I get that craving, even 10 years later. Apparently he does too, and it only takes him like 10 minutes. He's like, I want some more.
Well, you don't know how long the Farseer was taken from him.
Gimme.
He probably came here because he was interested in the stars to begin with. Yeah?
Put it in my veins!
It's been so long. He only went crazy when the thing was taken from him. Yeah, he actually goes back down to his lair, saying he'll be back in a minute. Going back down to the hall where he's got some of his hoard. He leaves you guys up here.
Okay.
There's nothing really to take unless you start like dismantling machinery.
We've got his goggles, but
Yep.
because fog cutting goggles are amazing in the situations where it's like we're gonna create some magic fog for these people, and then we're gonna just like put these on Cog and let him dance through their demise.
All right. The diadem of the Banshee of Rest was a ghost touch headband of alluring charisma +6 with a +2 profane bonus to channel resistance.
Ugh.
And the wrists were bracers of Banshee of Rest are ghost touch bracers of armor +6 with quick runners 3 times per day in it.
Those are really good. Ghost runners 3 times per day.
Yep. Free runner.
Free runner's vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put those under. This is Banshee gear.
So, I think Widget is the one who's like Shaw on those.
I just added at the top of like you've got reward from the Nephiles and then Lenethon's gear and a bunch of Chill Reaver's gear and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys have gone through that.
Yep. I think who has the? We have a. So Sunny is able to go to Rectorak. I'm not certain why he wants to go deal with orcs, but eventually. Is it Widget?
You do have a
I have a rod to Rectorak.
a rod to Volcanica, right?
I got a rod to Volcanica. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Widget has the rod to Tarak.
All right, the dragon comes back up. He's clutching in his claw. He hands this this delicate tuning fork. It's got like a little lens on it, like it's almost like a little facsimile of a lens for a observatory.
The observatory of Rest.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, do you need to go to an intermediate world, or I suppose we've shifted here directly, so it should work the same way in the other direction?
Yes, it is close enough, but far enough. over top of each other like two pieces of paper.
Yes. It was a pleasure meeting you. He puts on his hand.
He shakes your hand.
Thank you, Cog, for freeing me of my rage.
It was an honor. It was a shame to have combat with you instead of becoming a friend.
Bruno shrugs at that, like.
Quintessa didn't say much. Brenno's has been like very bullying, and then we've got two Uki other characters.
You and Sonny are welcome back here any time. The others, I've got my eye on you.
Come get some.
There's just the four of them gritting their teeth and
Brennan
staring
just
at.
doesn't know how to make friends. He just doesn't. He's no good at it. He's got a plus 50 intimidate and like a plus 10 diplomacy.
Now it's time for you to link hands and leave.
In the telepathic bone, now it's time for us to kill him and take his shit.
Who said that?
Quintessa.
Oh, she's a bit mean too.
She doesn't take to insults very well.
We'll be going now. The rod is going now, is what Sonny says in the telepathic one. He'll cast a plane shift using a mythic point because he's cast it proper once already.
Okay.
And we're going to end up somewhere on Volcanica, somewhere in the middle of the swamp. Well, yeah, it'll be somewhere within 500 miles of this location.
Yeah, 5D 100, 230 miles in a west direction.
Northwest,
Yep. Which means you're in the mountains.
Thogrim, I have a request.
It's the wind is blowing and there's like ash and snow, and yeah, it's the springtime, but it's like you're high up. You're pretty sure you disturbed some sort of cave bear that was coming out of a cave.
I believe I've already got the dimensions needed, but we could use a lens that can cut through fog that fits the the observatory of Rest, the observer of Rest. It is very large. I could describe it for you.
Do you want us to rejoin the others at the swamp? Says Agony.
Or we could rejoin. Do we want to be there, or do we want to be somewhere else? Where do we want to meet?
Barnabas, where do we want to meet?
Oh,
The dragon said no to killing the Banshee. She has something to do with the observatory.
She protects the actual material location of the observatory that is in permanent. It's a guard dog. Oof, oof.
She looked through the thing and got sad.
just
That's a more compelling story than
let's just meet at the cabin in the swamp. It's got everything we need.
Okay, and your Mage's Private Sanctum still probably running there.
Yep.
Okay.
It's got a permanent one, so yeah.
Yeah. Agony is going to cast Greater Teleport. He's 15th level caster, so you can bring 5 by my maths, which is this group.
Okay, this other group will go if Slake will shut down.
Yeah, Slake, we're leaving this fucking place.
Yep.
All right.
Anytime you're ready. Harry will shrink back into a little thing.
We will include. I don't know where he is, but oh, there he is, Marvis. Okay, this group will go. We'll meet up.
I have to go back to make note of your mythic points. This is probably the most important thing. I'm going to change maps.
Okay.
That is
Not a good sign.
Give me a sec.
It will take one off on widget. No, I wouldn't mind charging my fucking staffs. Oh, I have a question, Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you prepare your spells, you can charge your
I
staff
have to
by
buy.
one.
I have to buy a brick, so I'll do that in a second.
All right.
Right.
Okay. I think you can recharge a staff in one day by re-preparing your spells 9 times. Using 9 mythic points if you have that power.
Yeah, that tracks. Unless Marty says no, you can't do that, but it should.
Because like widget staffs, he's down to like 7 staff charges across 2 staffs right now. There's been a lot of fireballs, fighting oozes. So, do we want to go to Tarak, or do we want to craft the lens, or do we want to just let Sunny go mad?
Let him go mad. It'll be fun.
Well, Sunny
We
would
need a wish or a limited wish to make it go away.
I
Shit.
don't even think a limited wish will do it. We need a wish.
I think a limited wish gets rid of yes.
I don't
Should.
so. Limited wish. Oh, we do have limited wish. We have limited wishes.
There we go.
Because minus 12 on all physical ability scores is
Yeah, not cool. Not cool.
Sorry, not just physicals, all ability scores.
Not awesome. I don't think it's a character in this party that doesn't put down.
So Sunny, now they're penalties, so they won't put you down. They won't get you below 1. But Sunny would have 1 strength and 4 dex and 6 con and 12 intelligence, 20 wisdom, which is still pretty fucking awesome.
Still pretty impressive.
And a 1 charisma.
Okay.
Sunny's base charisma is 9.
Yeesh.
Yeah. There's a reason he's got the token he does. Yeah. I think it tracks though. Like I could recharge those stabs if it was like dedicating a day to it.
Yeah. I don't see why it should work. So.
It just means that on that day, if something happens,
Oh yeah, the mythic is gone.
so I think it's really you do it over 2 days.
Probably, yeah.
Because fireballs are useful. They just seem to always be useful.
Yeah. It's very rare they're not.
Yeah. We also have a location where we have, if we ever needed a very powerful undead, or we need to send someone.
Just drop them off here.
I'm back. I'm gonna wolf down a piece of pizza here. So
Yeah.
you didn't
No,
watch
we
that.
have a trap. We basically send you to that little island to let the Banshee take care of you.
See her
Oh.
22 Banshee kill you.
DC 36, 200 damage whale.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Popping out images and shit.
Someday Barnabas will be Lord Varric, I want you to meet someone. Teleport other.
Oh, it's icy teleport,
Icy prison or
icy prison teleport, ice crystal teleport. Is you attack a creature with it,
yeah.
so you can teleport them to that spot.
Yeah. And just assume that this Banshee in the swamp get them.
This is this is the way. Oh.
Oh, you're
Sunny
already
hasn't
making
done that.
plans how to use the Banshee to your.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sunny is going to eventually use Ice Crystal Teleport to teleport his foes to the little Banshee Island, and we go pick up treasure later. There you go.
Wait for a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Go pick up treasure.
Yep, on a sunny day, pick up treasure. I wonder if you physically. This might be the whole the thing that Adam keeps saying, where it's like, we tried silence. We know now that heightened silence would do it, so just heighten the silence to go pick up treasure.
Yep. Then you
Heightened
have to deal with
silence
her
and
being a
anti-incorporeal
spellcaster.
shell.
Right. Okay, that too.
So an anti-incorporeal shell and a heightened silence. Go pick up the treasure. Alternately, but what else would you do? Telekinesis from a distance might be fun, or I don't know. There's a few ways to do it. You just maze the big banshee away. That seemed to work pretty well. Maze is really good. I like maze. Maze makes me happy. It is such a
That was funny.
It's such a bastard spell when the DM uses it against your team. When you're like, I'm the barbarian, I'm ready to go over and kill everything. Maze, I hate you so much, DM.
You were asking about when you rejuvenate, whether your staff can.
So basically, when you like, you can put a charge to your staff when you re-prepare spells.
Yeah.
If you use mythic points to re-prepare your spells multiple times per day, I think you can start your staff multiple times per day.
Yeah, but your daily items don't get reset. I don't think so.
Okay.
Like if you had like 3 per day, the runner's vest, I don't think that gets reset.
Let's just take a look at. Let's look at what this does. Because recuperation. By expending 1 use of mythic power and resting for 1 hour, you gain hit points equal to half your full hit points, and regain use of any class features that are limited to certain uses per day.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. Yeah, so your items don't.
But because you're fueling your item with your stuff, I would say you'd jam a bunch of new charges into your staff.
Cool.
So instead of once per day, it's once per
spell
rejuvenate per.
Because I think it's actually the staff. It actually doesn't say once per day. It says when you prepare your spells.
Yeah.
So I think that works. And then I didn't realize on the quick runners vests and stuff. I don't think that actually has come up, but if it did come up,
sounds like a neat mythic power. Hey, I want my items to also restore when I do use regeneration. Like,
yep. Recharging staffs.
Sorry, I had a liter of tea and a Perrier for dinner, and I was not.
You're cleaning out your insides?
Yeah. Wasn't enough.
It does say the word morning when in the recharging staff statement. Each morning, whenever you cast or prepares the spells.
It's fine. Each we're gonna say
it's when you re-prepare your spell.
Each prep. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And this is a way, because Widget currently has like 14 charges between 2 staffs to replenish. It'll take a while. Cool. All right. So, are we going to go to track, or are we going to craft a lens for the Banshees of Rhest? Or should we do both? We should do both.
So, does anyone know Limited Witch?
There's an astronomer that we need to go talk to.
Oh, it's a Limited Wish. Anyone?
Give me a second. It's 7th?
It's 7th. Yeah, we have multiple people who can cast Limited Wish.
Not yet, but if you give me the components, I can. I.e. with Mythic Agony could.
Yeah.
Mythic point, yeah.
Do we have the
1500 gold piece diamond?
I think we have
Thogrim has one, I believe. Give me a sec.
Widget has one, but he's not gonna. He thinks it's funny, the old man is gonna go off and do stupid shit. we don't need limited wish, we need a lens. I've already got the rod to go to Tarak, I just don't know where the astronomer is. You wouldn't happen to know where the astronomer is, would you, Buffers?
Actually, what's the name of the astronomer?